First of all, gaming news, guys. We're going to talk about Mouse PI Crimson Desert in the superhero news. We're going to talk about Zack Snyder Justice League making a huge
Splash.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You see where Supergirl is. It's a long topic about Supergirl.
Bullshit about Supergirl.
Yes. Then we have female custodies at the end and several layers to that discussion as well. So, Tsunami, are you ready? I'm gonna officially start.
Sure thing.
Okay. So guys, Mouse PI came out a few days ago and it's a very successful game so far. People love it. My dear friend Disgusting from the Disgusting channel, Helzo, he is playing the game, he's loving it. Many other people are also. And it seems like this game is a total win, true and true. It's extremely fun. It's doing what games should do, which is be fun.
Yeah.
Wow.
Imagine that.
Imagine that, yeah. But as usual, as we had previously, once upon a time, that for me was yesterday, with the reactions towards a game like Wukong, we had a horrible reaction from gaming journals back then. It's kind of seems like everything when it comes to bad reviews started from Wukong. I mean, everything in terms of their demeanor and how they express themselves started with Wukong most prominently. That's what I want to say. What we recognize today is a very bad journal takes when it comes to very good games. That is what we saw with Wukong, and that is where I also started paying attention to how they're seeing things or presenting things. Very wrong. It's very wrong. Then we saw it, of course, with other games, and most recently with Crimson Desert, which is still going on, by the way. And that's why the second news is Crimson Desert. Pragmata as well. We covered that yesterday on our first Pragmata stream. And now we also have to the list this wonderful, very lovely game that I would love to play, by the way, as soon as possible, Mouse PI. So we have a not great, of course, but we have a review from IGN. Tsunami, what is so bad about this review before we read it? Can you give us a glimpse?
To sum it all up, I think the first thing I should start off with, I pulled up SteamDB. Right now, currently, the game is sitting at a 91.94% mostly positive review. 4,210 people are playing the game currently. They had an all-time peak of 13,755. Everyone seems to love this game. However, after diving into this article, of course, IGN, spoiler alert, they gave this game a 6 out of 10. Mind you, this is the same IGN that gave Veilguard a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
This author seems to go ahead and complain mostly about the fact that this game is supposed to be derived from a noir-themed style of game, similar to like LA Noir from a gaming perspective. More detective-type mechanics, like I don't know, like Alan Wake or something like that. And so he's really nitpicky about essentially like a Disney style cartoon game that you go around with like weird toy guns and whatever. And so he's whining about like the fact that this isn't a fucking 1945 cinema fucking piece with Humphrey Bogart in it, and instead it's about mice and cheese references and a bunch of other dumb shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy forgot how to have fun apparently, in sense of humor. Yeah.
Yes. Also, we have a huge issue with the word boomer shooter. Because freaking most people that watch these styles of cartoons when they're really out and they were kids back then, they're not even alive today. What boomer shooter? What boomer shooter?
Because it has the style of that, but my son also would like to play that.
I mean, there is no age for these things.
Yeah.
We grew up with Looney Tunes, but Looney Tunes that we watched were like out in the 60s, 50s, whatever. Long before our time. And we grew up with that still.
We had here in Popeye, you know.
He's not talking about the art style.
Yeah, I know, but still, he's calling it a boomer shooter, like it's for old people.
He's calling it a boomer shooter because he's referencing older first-person shooter games like Quake and Doom, and so it's got that similar vibe to it. That's what he was getting at. And
Eh,
obviously, he was being very condescending in saying so, and just like generally being an asshole. So it's like, of course, passive aggressive speech. He's going ahead and letting you know everything about what he thinks about the game without really giving it a fair shake, in my opinion. And he seems more like he wants to just cuddle up with a fucking blanket and eat popcorn watching old fucking black and white movies. Guy's a fucking weirdo.
yeah, okay. I just think that that is very much of a stretch to call this game a boomer shooter, even if the style reminds. I mean, if he thinks that the style reminds him of Quake or whatever, that's a bit of a stretch. It's just that putting on labels these days on everything seems a bit disingenuous just so they can put anything on it
Yeah,
as a
yeah,
label,
yeah.
just so they can do that and they can make a bigger deal out of it when there isn't anything like that.
Bet the guy have never seen a black and white movie.
It's kind of a trend. That's what
Yeah,
I mean. It's
yeah,
kind
it
of a
is. Yeah.
trend to do
Mm.
this in general. So I just found it very disingenuous. Okay, we're ready to read this masterpiece. So, Tsunami, ready when you are.
Sure thing. From IGN, Mouse PI for Hire review. For God's sakes, man, what about the gumshoes? I love noir. I'll take all kinds. The hard boiled detective, the seedy crime story, neo noir, classic pulp. You name it, I'm buying. So when Mouse PI for Hire sauntered onto my screen the way Ilsa walks into Rick's in Casablanca, I was pretty excited about it. But noir isn't just about an aesthetic to be thrown on like an old coat as you're leaving your office at the behest of a leggy blonde. While Mouse PI for Hire clearly understands the style and tropes of classic noir films and novels, as well as 1930s cartoons more broadly, it doesn't seem to get why those things are there, or how they are used to tell compelling stories. By fusing a hard boiled detective mystery with a fast, retro style FPS developer, Fumi Games has made a shooter that is thematically incoherent, with the apparent aspirations of its story contradicted at every point by the actual action. Of all the Steam libraries and all the PCs and all the world, Mouse PI for Hire walked into mine, and I wished I liked it more than I do. You vomit. Mouse follows Jack Pepper, a private eye in a world where everyone is a mouse. After Wanda Fuller from the Mouseburg Herald sets him on the case of a missing magician. As you'd expect, that spirals into a much larger conspiracy that includes an attempt on a mayoral candidate's life and racially motivated mouse on mouse violence as bigger mice oppress the smaller shrews. Same as it ever was, even in Mouseburg, and the requisite twists and turns you'd expect from any good detective story make this tale solid enough. What bothers me, however, is how overly referential so much of it is. This is a world of mice, so everything is about cheese. Everything. A bad guy? He's a cheese legger. Run into a lady mouse with the sultry voice? It'll be described as gorgonzola picante slapped on a mozzarella platter. Someone needs to assure you they're telling the truth. They'll swear on Mama's cottage curds. This is charming initially, then it never stops. Everything is a reference to the fact that everyone is a mouse and mice like cheese. And when it's not, instead it'll be a reference to an old cartoon or the fact that this is a video game. I should have probably guessed the former when one of the first things I saw was a steamboat named Willie. But at least that and the spinach power up that gives you Popeye arms is cute. Recalling the Igor joke from Young Frankenstein, not so much. And it doesn't end there. Run into a series of robot boss fights, Jack will say that he hopes they don't rule of three this thing, which, of course, is exactly what happens. If you're looking for the cheese legging foreman, Jack will quip that he doesn't look like much of a boss, more like a mini boss, and then laughs at his own joke. The voice actors, led by Troy Baker, do an admirable job with what they have, but nothing in Mouseburg is allowed to just be. It has to be a mouse reference, or a literally cheesy one liner, or a reference to something else. It's hard to care about anything in Mouse, PI for Hire, because it never stops making jokes about everything. It just wants to remind you of other better things. Surely that's not enough. That's enough, right? Mouse is the latest in a recent wave of boomer shooters, and it's a decent one. At least the shooting is better. This is the latest in a wave of boomer shooters inspired by old school FPSs like Doom or Quake. And it's a decent one at that. You start with the pistol and Jack's fists, but soon you'll soon acquire a shotgun, dynamite, a James gun, which is just a Tommy gun, and more unique stuff like Devarnisher, which shoots what looks like Elmer's glue that melts the flesh from your enemy's bones, leaving only a skeleton. Throw in stuff like a double jump, dash, spinning tail for hovering, and a slide, and Jack's got some stylish moves when the bad guys show up. This ain't Quake, but it does feel good. It doesn't hurt that all of that, from reload animations to random conversations, is rendered in an absolutely gorgeous black and white mix of sprite work and 3D models. The world building may be thin, but Mouse PI for Hire is still dressed for the nines. Even here, though, I have issues. Weapons can feel weak, especially the shotgun. It's got the audio kick of a pop gun, and there's a strange disconnect to seeing something that sounds like a kid's toy blow off some poor mouse's head as you paint the white of the world with the black ichor that spews out of his neck. Enemies mostly come out of doors marked with a skull that you can't enter, robbing those areas of anything remotely resembling a sense of place. Levels also really like to pull the "we're going to lock you in a room and throw baddies at you until you're dead, or until they're dead or you are" shtick a little too much for my taste. None of this is ever game breaking, mind. The combat is fundamentally good enough to carry you to the end of the roughly 12-hour campaign. But sometimes it feels like being at a show that's never quite bad enough to leave. And, at least on the normal difficulty, health items are so generous there's rarely a challenge. Like any good boomer shooter, there are plenty of secrets to find: newspapers, cash, weapon upgrade schematics, baseball cards, and so on. Fragile walls to blow up, and even locked safes to open with your tail, which pulls double duty as a lockpick. Some of those locks are on a time limit or must be solved in a limited number of moves, and you can only get one shot at the good stuff they hold. Others are so easy you could probably solve them by letting an actual mouse run across your keyboard. It's very jarring. Once you're done with a level, it's back to the hub, which encompasses Jack's office, the local bar, store, weapon upgrade shop, and so on. My favorite thing here is the baseball card minigame you could play at the bar. You'll switch between pitching and being at bat, using the cards in your hands, players, and abilities to try and score as many runs as you can. It's fun. What I like less is the whole being a detective thing, mostly because I never got to actually do it. Any clues you find will be pinned to Jack's caseboard, and once you get them there, Jack will just intuit where to go. No work on your part required. What's the point of being a gumshoe if all the answers are handed right to me? That brings me to one of my major problems with Mouse PI for Hire. Look, I hate to be the guy who brings up ludonarrative dissonance in a video game review in the year of our Lord 2026. And if you're rolling your eyes right now, I am. I can't blame you. Good. But it's an actual issue here. Jack Pepper is a PI who kills more people in a single mission than Philip Marlowe has in every book Raymond Chandler ever wrote combined. I don't care how corrupt the cops are, a private detective can't break into a police station and slaughter them en masse and then go about his day. In one particular nonsensical scenario, Jack inadvertently burns down an opera house to save a guy running for mayor, and he ends up fighting an opera singer and shoots her. Is she dead? Did I just kill an actress for being angry I burned down her workplace? If I didn't, have I left her alive and unconscious inside a burning building? Mouse PI for Hire doesn't tell me and doesn't seem to care either way. The disconnect here matters because you spend a lot of time talking about these characters and Jack's motivations. None of this is to say that noir cannot or should not be violent, but that violence usually has a purpose. Much of Elliot Chase's seminal novel Black Wings Has My Angel is about robbing an armored car. But the book builds to that. It's a big deal when it finally happens, and the characters have to reckon with the fallout once it's done. Once it does. Jack Pepper, on the other hand, is a walking catastrophe, and nobody in Mouseburg seems to care. He largely gets to go about his business and is portrayed as a down-on-his-luck everyman PI, like the characters who inspired him when he is, at best, a mass murderer. Does that make for a more fun video game? Maybe, but it's bad noir and a worse detective tale. In the stories, Mouse PI for Hire references, violence is an unfortunate but unavoidable part of the human experience that shatters the people it touches. Here, it's just entertainment, and that weakens the whole concept. But Will, you might say, this is a goofy Looney Tunes FPS. Why should I care about any of that? And the answer is because Mouse wants you to. It wants you to believe that this is important. You spend a lot of time talking about these characters, about putting together the clues you need to get to the bottom of what's going on, and about Jack's motivation for doing the work. He allegedly needs the money, which both leads to him taking cases and doesn't track when I'm super rich from all the killing. All that makes a lot less sense after you've gone to Tinsel Bros Studios and single handedly eradicated the mob hanging out there. All while doing a bunch of Tomb Raider, Indiana Jones, Conan the Barbarian impressions, as everyone says you should be an actor. Give this guy a week on the job as chief of police, and Mouseburg would be the safest city in the world because nobody would be left alive to commit crimes in the first place. It's hard to buy into Jack as the regular guy who needs to gather evidence. I'm told he is when he's just wiped out the local police department. You know? Verdict. Mouse PI for Hire nails the aesthetics of both the 1930s cartoons and the detective stories that inspired it. And it's also an amusing boomer shooter that largely feels good as you're playing it. But its haphazard marriage of noir storytelling tropes and shooter gameplay are often at odds with each other in uncomfortable ways that weaken both aspects, and the writing is so busy making references to other things that it's actually painful to sit through at times. This FPS is solid enough if you just want to blast some cartoon mice and not think about it too hard. But once you do, all you see are the seams where disparate ideas have been fused together, and no trench coat can hide the stink of that moldy cheese. My God. A 6. Okay. Mouse PI for Hire is an amusing enough FPS if you just want to blast some cartoon mice and not think about it too hard. But its haphazard marriage of noir storytelling and boomer shooter action are at odds and in uncomfortable ways that weaken both aspects. Reviewed by this retard.
Okay, that
Yeah,
was so long.
that's
I think
not
I
in a
know,
good way.
I have to like take drinks because of his ridiculous run on sentences. And he's making fun of the jokes in game and then making them in the article. What an asshole.
Yeah, totally. That's one of those guys who is, I'm an aficionado of noir movies and things like that. So I do think that the story should be this and this and this. And yeah, it. Uh, I really have the feeling that people forget what a fun game is, what a fun movie is, what a good humor is, and things like that. It's like again with the Super Mario Galaxy case all over again. It doesn't have a deep story and. The characters are not developed, which is actually there, and people cannot see it.
also the games were never deep to begin with.
The Super Mario games, yeah.
The Super Mario games,
Exactly. Yeah.
but going back to Mouse PI, I personally wouldn't care less as long as the gameplay is fun. Like the only thing that I really cared
Just wanna
about
shoot the other
is
knife
shooting.
there. Yeah.
I don't care if we kill the whole precinct. Like
Yeah.
super, give me more things to
Yeah.
shoot at.
I would never start thinking, oh, wait a minute, we're getting into the piercing now, and how are we shooting all of those? Are there so much corrupt? What is this overthinking bullshit here?
Yeah,
Just play the game.
I mean it's a freaking game.
It's a freaking game. Just that's it. I mean, when did the story in Quake or Doom or things like that made any sense? Actually,
Made a ton of sense, a
You
ton of logical
you just
sense.
shoot the guys. That's it. That's what you want to do. You want to have fun.
I mean, that's not the type of games that I expect Uncharted level storytelling. If I want that, I'm
Indeed.
gonna play Uncharted, where everything is like a movie, and I'm actually the one that is participating in the action, and the story makes sense, is cohesive, and is great, and I love it. I love the adventure of it. So this is totally different type of game. I mean, Mouse PI is.
They never claim that they will have a great noir story. They just need the style because they combine the typical noir movies from that era with the cartoons from that era, and you have this. You still need the cheesy one-liners, about the cheese and everything will
Is
have
it about the cheese?
It's about the cheese, and everyone will have a name connected with cheese or a mice or some sorts. That's the joke.
Oh yes, there is I mean, it's about the cheese is a super cute line from very old Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
It's Warner Brothers Looney Tunes, like the archetypes for Sylvester cats and all of that before Sylvester or something like that. And there's a super cute little cat that says, "Is it about the cheese?" So, yeah. Never mind. The point is that this is very much in line with these old types of cartoons, and this is their charm. That you hear a lot of funny jokes that the only things to connect them to reality is just to feel the vibe of the
Yeah,
scene. That's
exactly.
really it. That's the charm.
Mm.
So if this game managed to capture that, this is enough.
Yeah,
Okay, my
yeah.
motivation is go shoot people.
Nice.
Mice. I mean
Yeah.
mice. Yeah. They're going to talk about cheese. I don't care. I'm
Yeah.
shooting stuff. I'm happy. Does it feel good and according to the animation? Yeah, because nobody complained about that.
Mm.
And that's it. But yeah, Tsunami, just let me know what you think overall about this.
Yeah, it goes back to my original thoughts, and I was just speaking about it in chat. It sounds a lot like this guy would rather be playing L.A. Noir instead of Mouse PI. It sounds like he wants to have like live out his whatever weirdo noir fantasies because he's talking about them in the article and doesn't recognize this is a cartoon game. It's supposed to be like pulling on and making fun of or like playing with the ideas from those movies without taking itself very seriously. This game doesn't take itself seriously. That's the point, and that's the fun of it. You're supposed to go around and shoot goofy guns, and there's going to be weird noises, and like that's the whole like fun of it. And at no point in time does this guy seem like he gets that. He also continuously goes throughout the article and really insults the game by calling it a boomer shooter. You could tell that he's just really trying to be condescending every time that he fucking uses that word, while also throwing in, man, this motherfucker really wanted to show everyone that, hey, look at me, I went to college. Look at the words that I use. What the shit, Ludo dissonance? Like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? It's just a bunch of cartoon mice that are shooting each other and making fucking like dorky jokes. That's fun. Maybe you should learn how to have some. That's really all I have to say. Besides, this guy's a fucking asshole.
Yeah, I mean, all of these official reviewers think that they're aficionados of everything and
Yeah.
they're so high up there that we cannot possibly fathom
I
the
mean,
meaning it's coming out of their words.
not to mention that noir movies also don't have, you know, deepest and deepest and deepest of stories. So it's usually this private eye who is down on his luck.
It's pretty simple.
It's pretty simple. He needs a case. Then a beautiful woman comes into his office and she tells, "Oh, I want you to find my husband because he disappeared 3 weeks ago." And then
Yes.
it turns out that he's having an affair or something.
And she says,
Not also
what's happening, sugar?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. With that one. You, good simple premise that you watch to have fun. You want to see how the guy will find the other the mobsters or whatever, shoot them, and maybe in the end he'll get the girl, maybe not. No, nobody knows, nobody cares that much. That's what you want to see. That's what you see in here. Are you shooting the yes? Is there a boss yet? Oh, I like the joke about the mini boss, actually, that this doesn't look like a proper boss, but he looks like a mini boss. That's fun.
Oh, that's self-awareness,
That's
breaking the fourth
self-awareness, yeah.
wall.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That guy might be operated from his sense of humor or something. Or, he needs a brain surgery, apparently. Or any sorts
Yeah.
of surgery for that matter.
Yeah. What an ass. What an ass. Okay, guys. So let's know what you think in the comments. Tsunami, anything to finish off?
They gave Veilguard a 9. That says everything you need to know.
Yes,
Thank you.
exactly.
Thank you for
exactly.
that.
Don't trust IGN anymore.
Yes, of course. Again, I mean, we have another case of everybody likes it, like normal people likes it. They give it a 9 or whatever, and IGN, here comes IGN with the 6.
Exactly. Yeah.
What?
They do that. They do that.
Yes, great. No journalistic integrity.
Wonder how much they gave to Cuphead, which was super successful and had the same cartoony style and good jokes. Like, for example, their DLC was called The Delicious Last Course, because DLC.
Yeah.
And they even made a song for it and say, "Oh, that's funny." I wonder what they gave to them. Maybe 4.
Yeah.
Because the story and the characters were not developed enough.
Yeah. I
Jesus
guess so.
Christ, yeah.
Okay, guys, so we see you there in the chat, by the way. I just want to cut for like 1 minute, Tsunami, just to acknowledge the chat. So, Manik, Nico, yes, you can spell ignorant without IGN. Joe is here. Guys, because we started so late, Kwanzaa, hello, we can't really read the chat, but we see you there. I mean, Tsunami is also watching the comments all the time. Kraktum, hello, hello. This is on the G-Hammer Empress channel. Zenith Syndicate, of course. Roadkill was here. Clayton. Awesomeness, guys. Hope I didn't miss anybody. And on the other channel, we have Anawak. Yes, of course we want Cavill back as
Yeah.
Superman. We're gonna talk about this when we get to it. First, we have Crimson Desert, another gaming news, and that's it. After that, we're gonna talk about the superhero news. Big Booty Burger. Yes,
Yeah.
restore the Snyderverse 100%.
Yeah.
And
Booty
we're going
burger!
and we're going to see more proof about that when we get to the news. So, moving on, guys, now to Crimson Desert. So, Crimson Desert, guys, just can't catch a break from the journals, I guess. Like, the game is more and more successful. They sold 5 million copies, which is amazing. Congratulations, of course. The game is going to have new updates that are going to change a lot for the better. They are listening to every single feedback. But what do they get? What did they get? I mean, from the gaming journals. Oh, they get new complaints that we can never even think of because they are absolutely nonsensical coming out of people's asses. So now they're complaining that you can create your own kind of a character's thing, basically. There's also mods now, and you can change a lot about Cliff and Damien and whoever, really. I mean, all the three characters, which is pretty cool. Somebody made the link from Zelda, which is awesome. Amazing. Somebody made Indiana Jones, by the way.
Right.
And Captain America
Captain
look.
America, yeah.
We're gonna go through these. Like this is the cowboy thing, the Indiana Jones thing. Sorry. So now they're complaining about this. So now, without further ado, this is from GameSpot, which is a IGN wannabe, so to speak. I mean, they're another IGN basically. So let's read the great and amazing, insightful, and profound article. Yes.
From GameSpot, we've got Crimson Desert's Endgame is just cosplay now. From Red Dead Redemption 2's Arthur Morgan to The Witcher 3's Geralt of Rivia, fans are dripped out in Pearl Abyss's super popular open world action adventure RPG. While players are loving Crimson Desert, the community is in a fashion chokehold. Not unlike Fashion Souls of the Souls-like fandom, fans have established a sort of Crimson Fashion or Fashion Desert group where they're finding the best drip around Pywell to cosplay some of their favorite characters from other franchises. If you check out the game subreddit, you'll find tons of players dressing the three playable characters, Cliff, Damien, and Unka, in all sorts of outfits. Now, after millions of folk have begun their quest to revive the Greymanes and thousands of others have reached the endgame, the community is looking to outfit their characters in clothes that resemble the other characters. Someone turned Cliff into Captain America and called him, wait for it, Captain Hernand. Get it? The main city you start in is Hernand and it's Captain America? Thanks, idiot. Anyways, another person dressed Damien up as Link. There's that trans nonsense again. As if it were called The Legend of Damien Crimson Desert. Two players made Doctor Doom cosplay, while two others brought Arthur Morgan over from Red Dead Redemption 2. Someone dressed up as Persona 5's Akechi, and another person donned Geralt of Rivia's typical garb. Very creative. Oh my god. Okay, past all these quotes. My personal favorite, though, is a gallery by Redditor, Pretty Introduction 49. They posted a series of Crimson Desert cosplay featuring characters like Buzz Lightyear, Dante, and Ezio Auditore de Firenze. It's kind of epic. If you've got a look or some nice cosplay in Crimson Desert, share them in the comments below. Crimson Desert has sold 5 million copies since landing on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series XJS on XIS on March 19th, and players just can't get enough of the game. Never mind an AI scandal, fans have been looking for their bestie NPCs, ways to get into the space, and the best companion, which is a fat cat, and it's not even close. Shut up, homo. If there is a complaint, aside from inventory management, it's this one specific NPC that everyone just can't stand. The end. Ugh.
Bleh.
So, since when being creative is actually a problem?
I never heard of that. Yeah.
that ain't the first game that gives you the possibility to do that. It's just the first that gives you amazing much possibility, like amazingly much possibilities. I mean,
Many, you mean?
yeah,
Many possibilities.
many. Now, ever since actually games like let's say Soul Calibur 3 for PS2, which had character creation, maybe one of the first actually. Ever since that game, people were doing that. Look, I can create whatever character I want, but usually I prefer to create a character that exists from a favorite franchise. If the game gives me those possibilities, and even in a game like Soul Calibur 3, with really, it for the time it was good, but today, if we look nowadays, it's kind of limited the options. But even with those options, people were creative and created. People like characters like Dante, Super Mario, uh, anime characters and things like that. Link was created there because he was in the second game, but this one is not. You're being creative. In the WWE games, you have character creation, and most people created, with in really creative ways. Spider-Man, Batman, all sorts of characters. There were even, if you look on the internet, there are even those so-called recipes for how to create the character, and they give you those eyes. You use this cover, this clothes, this emblem, videos how to make it. That's called creativity. We have it in all the games with character creation. You can do it in Tekken also, with pretty much everything. Why not creating your favorite character? If you have the possibilities, and even if you don't have the correct clothes, you're being creative using whatever assets the game gives you to actually make something as close as possible. And that link there looks amazing.
Oh yeah.
We saw also videos how to create an Assassin's Creed inspired like outfits.
Oh yes.
Wow, what is wrong with that?
It's amazing.
Why should it be wrong that people are creative and create the characters? Are cosplayers also? We have to blame them also too now, or what? Jesus Christ!
I just can't.
That makes the game even more fun if you can do that.
Buzz Lightyear. Whoa.
Buzz Lightyear looks, yeah. Here we go.
Whoa, that's so cool.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. This is amazing. I mean, Crimson Desert, the only thing that I'm not a fan of is that people are making stuff happen before the developers are. I mean, it's great for the people, but I just want for the developers to give us these options. I don't want to install a mod. I don't want to go outside of the game to do something because first it's scary for the PC. Second, it requires a lot of work, clicking on folders, stuff like that. If the mods are what people want, the developers can do that, so we can just go for it.
But I mean, you can create
officially,
most of those characters without the mods, with what the game gives you, right? I mean, some of them at least.
I mean, some of that.
Some of them, yeah.
And this is obviously Captain America.
If you could dress up, was it Damien? Her name? What was it?
Damien.
Damien, isn't that?
Damien.
Damien.
Yeah, sounds like a male name.
But that's male name. And my son is called Damien. Anyway, so wouldn't you like to dress her up as Xena?
Yeah, sure.
Right?
I would, yeah, of course.
Here you go. And maybe there is a way without a mod. I mean, I'm not sure.
Probably no.
Depends what the game really gives you.
There's a pretty good outfit in there for her.
So that is something close. I created Xena in Soul Calibur 3 back in the days.
Oh, that's cool. Okay,
No,
guys.
no, I mean in this game, like there's an in-game outfit. Very popular.
All right.
So that is something close. Nice. Yeah, here we go.
Okay, so basically, I'm having a huge issue with how this guy word things. So Crimson Desert Endgame is just cosplay now. How can you say that?
How can you say that? Yeah.
How can you frame things in this disingenuous way? So first, Endgame. I mean, this is when you experienced hopefully most of the game, because Endgame just means I finished the story, but I haven't experienced 65% of the game. I mean, it could mean a lot of things. Can't even. Yeah, basically, the game has so much to offer. It's endless. It's crazy. And this guy wanna just reduct it to cosplay now. It's just cosplay. It's nothing else. It's cosplay. So the way that these journals once again decide to frame anything is disingenuous, manipulative, it's disrespectful, it's just not true altogether. Condescending, yeah. Instead of taking this, which is a great thing that you could do at the game, and say, well, this is so amazing that this game has so much content already. It's so rich in every aspect, shape, and form, and also gives us this possibility now to create kind of like our own character. Like instead of going with this angle, I mean, they're choosing to twist it and turn it and reduce it to something much less meaningful.
Yeah, they don't see how important is creativity. I mean, this helps creativity.
No, they
This
will
makes,
see it if it works for their
if it
agenda.
works for them. Yeah,
If it's
if we create a
about their
character,
game.
if we create a black character who is trans or something like
Yeah.
that, then oh, look what you can do in the game.
Yes,
Yeah.
and then they're going to talk about creativity and diversity and whatever. But
While being stuck in one place,
yes,
just
but
in one mindset. Yeah.
exactly. But when it comes to the things, the base level things that we understand as human beings, what's good and what's not, they're gonna twist it, turn it, make it into something that it's not,
That is not.
and present it in the worst way possible. This is not how you should look things in general. I mean, imagine if you are having a child and you try to, teach it about the world and how things are, what's good and what's bad, and you say something like this, you're going to totally destroy their worldviews, like the correct way,
Oh,
in an objective way of seeing things.
I'm going to show that photo of the created link to my son. He'll love it.
Of course.
He likes Link, and I'm 100% sure that oh, that's cool. He's going to say exactly that. Oh, that's cool. You can make Link.
Yeah, but
He
no,
likes Link. Yeah.
no. The journals want you to think that is cool, but it's not, because they said so in the title that this is just what it is. I mean, it's cool. It's cool though. I mean, they're saying it's cool, but it's just what it
that.
is.
But it's just,
Yeah, this is all that Crimson Desert is
So
at the end.
we
Nothing else.
totally forget about all the work that first the development did to put all those things. Then the people who create the modes, then the people who decide, wait a minute, with those and those things, I can maybe create that character.
Hey, people care. That's the point.
People care.
People
Yeah.
care to invest in the game, to spend time in the game, to actually play it and keep creating and keep having fun. So don't have fun.
Don't have fun again,
Don't.
like in the previous topic.
Yeah, don't
just
have
don't have fun again, and it makes even cosplayers look as if they're doing nothing. It's cool, but it's just that you just put a suit on. Man,
Oh.
do you know how much work is it to make the suit to actually? Some people get into shape to look like the character.
Well, in the
Jesus
game,
Christ.
you have to do 100 things before you can do that. So
Yeah, that's true.
you gotta go seek
That's
the
true.
dice.
Yes.
You gotta go seek out the outfits that match your character. Like there's whole tutorial how to create
And again,
Cliff to look
knowing
like
that,
Ezio Auditore from Assassin's Creed.
knowing
A
that
lot
you
of
can
work.
actually do that if you do all those quests, make you wanna have more fun with the game. You say, oh, I want to create Ezio things like that, so let me go and find this die and things like that. I would never otherwise go to missions like that, but now that gives incentive.
Yeah, I mean,
know,
it's interesting.
You would say before, oh, why would I need a die? No, I'm just going to play with an Oracle. But then you say, oh, wait, with that cover I can make this and this. Let me go and get it. Fun.
No,
But
no,
I guess those people don't know
journalism.
what is fun, so-
Journalism. Let's reduce everything that's important to nothing, and let's just diminish
Journalism, yeah.
diminish different things that are important. Just
If
make
that's
them they're
journalism.
not important. If there is no like gay sex in the game, it's not worth playing. So yeah,
You.
Okay, Tsunami. Anything else? I mean, you wanna add something?
Not to the gay sex. Please.
No.
No, yeah, no homo here. Anyway, no gay stuff. Whatever. There's no real romance options. Period in the game.
Good.
It's whatever. It's up to the character.
I'm happy.
I'm sorry, the player to go ahead and establish whatever lore they want to in their head, and everyone's, for the most part, pretty attractive for whatever they are. There's different ways you could change it, and there'll be ways to go ahead and they could drop things in there with new patches and whatnot. They've been very open to feedback, and I am having the time of my life with this game. I love this game. It's amazing. So I got nothing else to say.
Awesome.
Wouldn't you like to create your version of the Punisher if you have the options?
Nope.
Okay.
It doesn't really
I-
match here.
It's Cliff's story. It's Cliff's story. It's Damien's story. It's Onka's story. And if that's the only characters that I got, like so as we were talking about, or as listening to you guys talk, the first thing I thought of, like one of my favorite characters, I love 2B from Near Automata, and what do I want to mod her into? Like, I don't know, like a Puerto Rican girl or something, whatever I'm into. Like, no, I want to play as 2B and dress her in lingerie and other shit, but like it's 2B's game. So this is Cliff's game. I understand people want the ability to delve out there and play with things more, and modding is very popular. I don't have an issue with it. I think it would be like great if people wanted that. I'm not going to try and make Cliff look like me. Like, well, oh, look, Cliff looks like a fucking almost 50-year-old alcoholic. What a
Yeah.
hottie. Like, no. Like, no. I just want to play the game and, like, uh, put him out in the fucking Lord of the Rings fucking drip. And I want to make Damien wear, like, hot fucking anime girl shit. Like, I don't know. It's not that complex
Xenout,
to me. But
Xenout.
anyways,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I vote for Xenout.
Well, I personally would make Xena and maybe Assassin's Creed. I would go for that outfit eventually. I don't know. It's
No, I
gonna
also
take a while
wouldn't
though.
make Captain America because he doesn't fit the aesthetic. But I would totally do Link or someone who fits in that fantasy world. Actually, that's the thing, you know.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty cool.
'Cause
Landing,
Indiana
by the
Jones
way.
also doesn't fit. It looks cool. It doesn't fit.
Yeah. Well,
But Link or Conan or
the
something.
point is you can do it. You can do it. That's the point. That's the
Exactly.
point.
You
Okay,
have the
guys.
option.
So let's know what you think in the comments. Just another example that across the board, gaming journalists just can't stop spewing nonsense, and they're by this point completely useless. Not only useless, but they're bad for the industry. They're bad for gaming. I mean, there I said
It
it.
shows that you
And-
actually shouldn't finish a university or college for a journalism or something like that to become a journalist. You can actually become better journalist than those guys
Well,
if
yes.
you understand your thing.
I mean, just
So-
learn how to write and have integrity.
I mean, I have a website. I wrote tons of articles there. So here you go. I'm a journalist. Way
Yeah.
better than those guys. I never wrote bullshit like that there. So,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the gaming journalist should give an
Be
objective
objective.
as possible information so you can make an informed decision and you can take a look at things from all angles. So they should be impartial.
I will
As much
actually
as possible.
from all watching you playing the game and experience it that way. I actually might for another website that I have a friend who usually wants me to write some things about game. I might write a genuine review about that game actually.
About which game?
About Crimson Desert.
Oh, yes, through me.
From what I see, yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I experienced it that way, so it can be pretty objective. So here you go.
Here you go. Well, we try to make a difference, at least by not being like the gaming journalists, just being ourselves. Yeah. So, guys, just let us know what you think in the comments. Now, we gotta move on to the freaking superhero news, which are actually pretty cool and just proves our point that interest in the Snyderverse is still there. It's very much alive. And based on everything that we know so far, and comparing it to everything that we have right now with the James Gunn universe, like some manly badassery is looking 10 times better, basically. And you know, India, they totally love badasses, especially over the top badasses.
Oh,
And anything that's badass, it's over the top, they love it. Now,
yes.
we can't say that about the Justice League movie of Zack Snyder because it's just badass. It's not over the
not
top.
over the
It's
top, yeah.
superheroes. It's just a fun remark that I wanted to make about Indian movies having superheroes in every one of them without actually having superpowers, but always displaying superpowers in their movies. It's really
Yeah,
funny.
yeah.
Jumping over motorcycles 10 feet in the air, throwing motorcycles with one finger, and just stuff like that
And then
that
I
are
love it how they
ridiculous.
say, "Oh, but why don't you come play for Captain America holding the helicopter?" And I say, "Because he has superpowers." But
Yeah,
anyway.
that was an actual comment
That
that I
was an
got
actual comment, yeah.
from an Indian person years ago because I used to review some of the Indian movies, like what was that, RRR, RRR, and stuff like that. And when I say, well, this guy is like having superpowers without no explanation why he has them or whatever, but that counts for a lot of these movies. Like I've said, like almost all of the movies that are action orientated, whether they present fantasy or not, they're like, woohoo!
Powers.
Powers. Our guy has powers. How did he get those powers? Well, we pretend that he's just awesome. That's it. So it's the power of awesome.
The power of awesome.
Yeah,
that's
and
it.
then one guy says, "But why don't you complain about Captain America having superpowers, you white woman?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Well, because he is a superhero."
Yeah. And he even said in American superhero movies, the things like that always happen. I say, but it's explained how he got the powers and
And that he has
what
them at
he
all.
can do, you know.
Because in their movies, there's the guy just has it, okay?
Yeah, I don't mind having them
Yeah.
having powers. Explain how he has
It's
the
so
powers. Okay.
funny.
Anyway.
Yes, yeah, Tsunami, yeah,
Yes,
Tsunami.
thank you,
It's
Tsunami.
so funny though, because they're like comic book movies, blah, 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 and they do that. But we're supposed to just go ahead and assume that everyone that's in Asia has magic kung fu powers and is
Exactly.
automatically John Wick,
Yeah,
or John
exactly.
Wick.
John Wick on
Like, what the
steroids.
On
fuck?
steroids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And all of a sudden they break into dance and
I mean,
and that's
remember how
totally
in
normal.
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, everyone was flying around like a bird and giving so everybody has powers there. Yeah,
Yeah, that's another type of a movie, and
yeah.
not Indian, but yeah.
It is, because we talked about it.
Yes. Okay. Anyway, so I think that at least some of the Indian audience is based in this way that they do love badass things. So they don't like soy things and display of whining men stuff. I mean, they really don't like whiny men, like we see in the latest Superman movie. So
Which should be
I
called
understand.
Whiny Man, yes.
Yes, whiny men. Whiny men.
Whiny-
Hey, that's a great name.
Whiny Man, that's it. He was whining, Lex Luthor was whining, everybody was whining.
Oh
pretty much,
yes, they can both be friends and join forces, and they're crying and whining and bitching and
And
mourning.
somehow James Gunn tried to convince me that Jimmy Olsen actually could get women.
Oh what? No, nothing can get women. I mean, nothing about him can get women.
No.
I mean, the guy dressed as a grandma.
I mean, not those women that were getting into him, maybe other women. So,
Oh,
article.
so article. Yes, I mean, yeah. So Zack Snyder's Justice League, guys, explodes overseas again. So let's see what this is about. Tsunami, you're free to go.
From Cosmic Book News, Zack Snyder's Justice League explodes overseas again. Zack Snyder's Justice League is back in the spotlight overseas, this time hitting #1 on Jio Hotstar's top 10 movies in India, according to users on social media, just as HBO Max officially launched in the country through its expanded partnership with Jio Hotstar. Warner Brothers Discovery and Jio Hotstar announced that HBO Max rollout in India on April 15th, making Jio Hotstar the exclusive home for HBO Max in that market. Update: Zack Snyder has confirmed his Justice League shot to #1 in India, posting, quote, Zack Snyder's Justice League just hit #1 on Joe Hotstar's top 10 movies, right as HBO Max officially launched there, beating out Harry Potter, Avengers Endgame, and more. The real Justice League is finally available in India the way it was meant to be seen. 4 hours of epicness, Black Suit Superman, full cyborg story, Dark Side tease. Who else is firing up Geo Hotstar right now? HBO Max now available in India. Zack Snyder's Justice League #1. India is now getting HBO Max content in one place through Geo Hotstar, and social media screenshots from users showing Zack Snyder's Justice League sitting in the top spot. The 4-hour 2021 director's cut is shown ahead of titles including Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, The Batman, Zootopia 2, and even Avengers Endgame. Snyder's DC movies have always played big overseas. As we've consistently pointed out, Snyder has long had a strong international following, and the box office numbers back that up. Man of Steel finished off with over 537 million overseas in today's dollars, while Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice pulled in nearly $750 million from foreign markets alone, again in today's dollars. Even the 2017 Justice League theatrical release nearly made about 600 million internationally in today's dollars, with foreign grosses making up the majority of its worldwide total. James Gunn's Superman has no comparison. Also, as we've said, James Gunn's Superman didn't exactly deliver at the foreign box office, bringing in only 264.5 million. Gunn's foreign gross also only made up 42.7% of the total box office, while Snyder's DCEU movies lean more heavily internationally with an average of around 60%. Gunn starts to film Man of Tomorrow this week, which will be released July 9th, 2027. Warner Brother has also dated the Minecraft sequel only 2 weeks later, as it performed much better both domestically and internationally. Word about Zack Snyder's Justice League topping the India charts also happened to come on Superman Day.
Ooh, that's so
And
awesome.
what a better way to celebrate Superman
Oh,
Day
wow,
than what
yeah.
we're actually going to talk about a bit later.
Yeah, next, what we're going to talk about next is actually connected to Superman Day very heavily.
But again, that
But
just
yeah.
look at the movies that are top in that HBO Max India. Superman 2025 is nowhere there to be seen.
Yeah, nowhere to be seen, not even close.
Not even close, yeah.
So this is so awesome that, you know, Zack Snyder Justice League beat all of those huge movies, including Avengers
Including that,
Endgame,
yeah.
which is like one of the best, you know, Avengers movies at all. And
And
Harry
people
Potter,
don't mind
wow.
actually to
And even the Batman, like
to look to watch a movie that is 4 hours, because you never feel those 4 hours with that movie. It's actually, you know, entertaining, fun. So I mean, it's another thing that Indians got used to movies that are 4 hours. Theirs are also that long.
Hey, take a look at this. So, second is Utopia 2, which we still haven't watched,
Yeah.
but we want to watch it, and seems that people really, really like it. If they are not interjecting any politics here, I didn't hear that. Did you
Didn't
hear
hear
anything
anything.
about politics, Tsunami in Zootopia 2?
Politics, no. Furry stuff, yes.
Yeah.
Furry stuff? What do you mean?
The fox is in love with the rabbit, or what?
They want to fuck all the characters in the movie.
Ah, you mean
things like that.
journalists?
Idiot. Oh, okay, yeah.
Not the
But
movie
not the
itself.
movie itself. Okay.
Aha, made up bullshit.
Sorry, what?
You mean made
Yeah,
up
yeah,
bullshit?
no, like I don't know about me. I mean, we're talking about journalists and everything else. Like that's how they talk about these things.
Yeah.
We've read enough articles from major news publications
Yeah, I just meant in the
where
actual
they talk
movie.
about this like weird. Oh, to there's like minor, like it's like a modern day story. So there's gonna be minor stuff similar to like Invincible, which is great so far. There's like gay characters and there's like weird like dialogue every once in a while, but it's not
Really?
like I wouldn't call it woke. I would just say there's woke elements to it. So yeah, there's like modern day stuff in Zootopia, but no, it's generally just about like screw around zoo fun or whatever, and then people took it to the next level, of
Oh,
course.
okay, I
Just
really
modern
gotta
day.
watch that
Yeah.
movie. Okay, we'll see for ourselves then. So this is the top 5 Evil Dead Rise. Jesus, I wouldn't watch that.
That's from the director of the new Mummy movie.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, that's not my movie, but yeah, Harry Potter is fourth, which surprises me. And which movie is that? The first one?
First.
Yeah, okay. Ask me what you wanted. Maybe somebody wanted a romantic thing. But the point is, this is so different. I mean, all of these movies are so different, and all of a sudden there's a superhero movie, and from all superhero movies is the Justice League,
exactly this
which
one.
is the epitome of a statement in the whole movie history. Because remember, guys, it has been talked about for a few years that this will never happen. John Campia made a huge deal about it, how it will never happen, it cannot happen. This is unprecedented thing that did happen, that this movie was finished and brought to life. So this never happened before in movie history. In the way, no, I don't actually recall any instance of such a thing.
Not like that. I mean,
So it's a very special
there were
movie.
already director's cut that were released, but not to actually finish the shooting of something. So that's for the very first time.
Yeah, I mean, they took everything and they actually made a movie out of it the way that the director wanted. So this is very historical freaking movie. Very historical. It's 4 hours, and although it's 4 hours, people still flocked to it and watched it and enjoyed it. And it's I think it means just a lot because of what it represents, you know? It represents real
Real
badassery,
badass, real
superheroes being
heroism.
superheroes on screen. Like, we are not talking about being premature because that's the studio idea of, you know, getting things out there too fast and not developing a whole arc first about Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman, but just slapping them all together in one movie. But at least the movie, for what it was very substantial. I mean, it had substance and meaning, and it hit a lot of good points. It's just the fact that it shouldn't be there at that time. But besides all of that we already know, what the movie represented, it did succeed despite all of that, and despite not being on the screen in the first place and having the theatrical version instead of it in the first place. You know, the tragedy that happened with Zack Snyder's daughter and how things broke off, and then having this amazing comeback. It's kind of like a redemption almost.
Indeed,
So
yeah.
it has it has a lot to it. It just has a lot to it. So this is very well deserved, and it speaks volumes about what this movie is and represents. To be number one among so many different movies, and movies that were much more successful because of the fact that they were released normally, like Avengers Endgame, because of the build-up behind those movies and the characters and the stories that were already there. Even though all of that factored in, I mean, and Harry Potter and everything else, even all of those things, this is still number one.
Yeah. It's,
Launching like immediately becoming number one. So I just think that does mean a lot. There's millions and millions of people there, you know,
yeah,
in India.
especially there, and it
Millions
could
and
have been
millions.
could have been really all sorts of a movie on the first place. It could have been even something more in their style, you know, something more like a campy comedic or things like that. No, it's the badassery heroic movie, because that movie shows the characters the way they should be shown. That's it. I mean, whether you like those characters or not, this is the way they should be shown. And that's the movie that actually made Cyborg kind of cool,
Yeah.
because it had a really great story
I
with
mean,
him, you know.
these characters in these times of their lives, mixed up with that kind of a storyline, that is how they would act in
Exactly,
these
yeah.
situations.
And
That's how they will be shaped from the world around them.
we also see how Lex Luthor was going to be shaped, because people forget that they give this Lex Luthor, you know, the Jesse Eisenberg one, but he was also going to develop.
Oh well, yeah,
He was also going to become
yeah.
the Lex Luthor we know. It's not just the guy, oh, and everybody with the scene. Oh, he gave a candy to the in the mountain. The other guy. What's up? What is up with that? Uh, he was going to become the Lex Luthor we
Yeah,
know,
the kind of
which
the point was the character development. Before that, he's gonna be
exactly.
this weirdo, and then he's gonna become much more sophisticated and
I'll say one thing:
mature. Mature.
he was way more effective than the Nicholas Holt Lex Luthor.
You
Way
just
more effective, because he made
yeah.
those two titans. He find out their identities. He put them against each other. What did Nicholas Holt do? Nothing.
Screaming.
Screaming commands and things, and then
Yeah, that makes no
crying like
sense.
a
Yeah.
baby. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot to that. But yeah, the point is that I know that we have a movie format in which a lot of things have to develop faster because it's not a TV show, but basically the approach was like a TV show approach, you know. First show him being this juvenile imbecile that still has genius to him and still does obviously world-breaking things, and he did. But how he behaved was not anybody's cup of tea. I totally get that. I mean, it wasn't
I
mine.
also get that it
It
wasn't mine
wasn't
either.
mine.
Yes,
Yeah, it
yeah,
wasn't mine for
totally get
sure.
that.
But
But
at
the
least you
man,
see
exactly,
the
he blew
sinister
up a
nature.
whole courthouse with a jar full of piss.
Yeah, and the woman that was the whatever her role was, I
Yeah.
forgot. But yeah, the point is that at least this guy was truly sinister, truly menacing. He did affect both Superman and Batman, play them like toys, and
Totally. Yeah.
yeah. You know, and then he, of course, he lost his hair, so finally we got to see the Lex Luthor with the suit and
Yeah.
everything. But that was, sorry, hit the mic. But that was like at the end, we never got to see that finished, that vision. So that's kind of the bummer.
That's the bummer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So let's know what you think, guys, in the comments about this. But yeah, it's a huge feat. It still proves our point and adds to all the news that we covered previously for the past few months that the Zack Snyder vision is still alive for a lot of people
Mm.
and for us, and we do prefer it in many, many ways, especially because what we have now is the most juvenile, immature vision of Superman and Supergirl that we ever seen, and we're gonna see that in the next story as well.
And
Again.
it also proves that that version still sells.
Yeah.
You know, merchandise and everything else still sells. So the merchandise for Superman 2025
There's
sits
literally
on the
action
shelf.
figures that are still coming out.
Yeah,
New action
exactly,
figures
yeah.
from new companies, or
Exactly.
I mean companies that never did these figures before, like In
Mhm.
Art, and one other like in Beast Kingdom and whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's not Monkey Balls. I mean Beast
Everybody's
Kingdom, but they're still coming out. That's the thing. There's a lot of
there is a demand.
yeah,
for it,
Joy
yeah.
Toy. We got Joy Toy last year.
Mhm.
Last year was it? We got Joy
Yeah,
Toy.
yeah. The last year was the
There's
Fonjoy.
Fonjoy, yes, Fonjoy. We have that Fonjoy Henry Cavill Superman, and there's also this one with the black suit. So there's a lot more Henry Cavill Superman
By the way,
action
they also
figures.
sold out. The Fonjoy ones also sold out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, David
While
Cornsweat's
David
action
Cornsweat, no.
figures sit there and gather dust in many stores in America, which was documented. We did get the official Fonjoy figure, which is pretty good figure.
It's still pretty good, but it still didn't sold out.
Yeah.
The Henry one sold out, I checked.
And the McFarlane.
Yeah.
But the costume sucks, the Superman suck, and nobody wants him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, nobody. Okay. So tonight, finishing thoughts, by the way, because you know how passionate we are, so we can't stop talking about it. But yeah, please, finishing thoughts. I mean, whatever you think, of course.
Nope, you guys hit it.
Oh, okay. All right. So now we get to the soy. Soy is dripping off the screen, guys.
Oh,
Be
boy, oh, boy.
careful. Be
Oh, boy.
careful. You know, we got
soy
a
milk everywhere.
yeah, we got a cool organic cow's milk. The real
men the one.
yeah, the real protein, the real fats, the good
Exactly.
fats, very healthy fats from real milk. But now we're going to have the soy that's very bad for your stomach. So literally, by the way, and your
Literally.
hormones. So let's see. Supergirl star Millie Alcock claims Superman Day is now also about Supergirl. But of course it is. Because why we have principles at all? Now, before we start, I just want to get this out of my system real quick, and then we're gonna, of course, see the video and article. Guys, again, like with everything that we discussed so far, instead of elevating these two superheroes, they're making them so weak and so soy and destroying Supergirl's and Superman's image both, especially when you want to say that Superman's Day is about Supergirl. She doesn't need this validation. She doesn't need to sit next to Superman on his day and say, this is also about me because I also wear the S, which she's going to say just now in the video that we're going to play.
Should Robert Pattinson appear out of nowhere on Superman Day and say, hey, now it's all about Batman?
Yeah. I mean, for the love of God, they both stand on their own. They just read the freaking comics. Okay, guys.
Not the Woman of Tomorrow.
No.
Thank you.
The canon before that. How everything started and continued before the modern days. Just read that, understand that, because Supergirl stands on her own. She has great character to her. She's different than Superman without pushing Superman down. She has her own stuff to deal with, but she's a heroic person. She's not a mess to clean up. She's not a drunken, down on her luck because Krypton blew up kind of a girl. No, she's amazing. She's an awesome hero. She's just such a great and respectful character and hero on her own that Superman himself is proud of her.
Exactly.
They're both proud of each other, and it's beautiful. That is how it should be. Not placing Superman like he is here as some guy that is so naive that he is good. His naivete makes him good. He always wants to do the right thing, but he's not in touch with reality. He just does it because he's naive and soy.
And emotionally immature.
And emotionally, weak. But poor Kara, had to deal with actually living through the explosion and destruction of Krypton. Yeah. Yes.
The smallest violin on Earth. Yes.
I mean, that is horrible for both of them, but it's not explored like that in the comic books. They didn't have to go and stoop so low to make her beaten and bruised by it emotionally. No, no, no. They did much better things that elevate the character. Because again, superheroes are not a mess to clean up.
Yeah, in the comic books and even in the cartoon, once he finds her and she's actually happy that he's alive and well, that he became Earth's greatest hero, and says, "Well, Quark, I want to be like you now."
Yeah, he's
And
an
she
inspiration.
becomes a hero, I mean, aside from female superheroes from DC, so superheroes, we don't count, let's say, anti-heroes, let's say Catwoman, things like that. But after Wonder Woman, who else can we say? Supergirl.
Yeah.
Supergirl,
Yeah, who else can we name? It's
Yeah.
Supergirl. Well, now we can because obviously she's just an anti-hero. And also, I mean, we did miss quite a few stuff that came out between Easter and now. But basically, also the news came out that I think the director said that she is an anti-hero. Since when Supergirl is
Since
an
when?
anti-hero?
Jesus Christ.
You asked. There are so many anti-heroes in the comic books.
Yeah.
Like, where's the integrity of presenting a character accurately on screen? Why are you changing fundamental principles of said character? We have Deadpool, we have the Punisher, we have other people from other universes, whatever, doesn't matter. The matter is principle.
Okay.
That those characters, I mean, those characters are there. They're whatever they are. They're anti-heroes.
Exactly. People like them for whatever they are.
We have the
Yes.
pure side, the pure heroes, the most literally pure, and those are Superman, Supergirl, Wonder Woman. That's it. Why are you touching those? Well, I'll tell you why. Because James Gunn and his views of the world and superheroes can only go one way, and that is that, well, cynicism. I mean, he has cynicism. He doesn't see heroism. He doesn't see anything else. He just sees, well, how to be a jackass and then do some good because you're forced by the circumstances to do some good. And what's the way to do it? Well, make an animal suffer, of course, because
Exactly,
that's
yeah.
profound. Like the whole plot was about crypto, like we said previously in Superman. The whole plot about crypto, save crypto, whatever crypto. Then Supergirl, the whole plot is about saving crypto.
Again.
Crypto is poison. He's gonna die. Crypto was going to die if Lex continued to torture him. He was tortured. Animal cruelty again. Here we have in Supergirl Crypto suffering because he's poisoned. Animal cruelty again.
yeah.
What are we doing, James
again,
Gunn?
something that you have to make it more personal so that she actually gets up and do the things that she has to, instead of, World in trouble. Okay, I'm going to do it.
Yeah. Everything is wrong.
As you guys are ranting, I feel so bad for both these actors and the actress and the actor. Like, what are they doing to their future prospects of acting? And they're falling into this trap. And I feel like, honestly, I feel bad for David Kortzwit and Millie Alcock, because no one's reining them in and being like, "This is a terrible decision. You shouldn't do this." And they're just like, they see stars in their eyes and the money, and I don't know. We'll see what the future is with these people.
Yeah. So without further ado, because it's a lot of ado, let's read the article now. And wait. Before we start, I'm just gonna play the video and then you read the article because the video is first anyway. Okay.
Prepare for stupidity.
Prepare for stupidity, guys. Yeah, my mic. Yeah, our mic is on. Okay, so let's say, clicking on stuff. Okay, so a new video shared by James Gunn because who else? He has nothing to do with Supergirl, as you know. Only everything, because he's not the director, so he doesn't have anything to do. He has everything to do with Supergirl. Okay. For Superman Day is raising eyebrows after Supergirl star Millie Alcock suggested the celebration just isn't about the Man of Steel anymore, but also about Supergirl and even crypto.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna give it to James Gunn. This hoodie is awesome. That's it.
That's it. Yeah.
That's it. This hoodie is awesome. Looks great. Now,
Phrasing.
now let's play.
Happy Superman Day. It's the happiest day of the year.
Hi, I'm David Cornswet, wishing you a happy Superman Day.
Hello, I'm Nicholas Holt, and I'm wishing you a very happy Superman Day. What do you do to celebrate?
Mostly hang out with you.
Happy Superman Day! Soups, what's up, bro? It's all about you, as usual.
Happy Superman Day. This year, we're including Supergirl and Crypto in our celebrations. We wear the same S shield, after all.
Happy Superman Day.
Okay, so
Yeah, I love it how they said to David, David, stay like that because we gotta see some muscles, you know.
yeah, I mean, he barely has
He
any.
barely has any, so the only way is to stay like that.
I mean, who puts like this super white pants looking like a grandfather? I mean, this does not do any favors to his physique. He looks awful. He looks like SpongeBob
If
again.
that video is how we're supposed to celebrate Superman
That's
Day.
not a superhero frame. That's not superhero frame. Superhero frame is a triangular shape. And actually, did you know, fun fact, when my grandma was going to school, they were teaching kids about the correct female and male shape. And they explained that male's physique should be a triangular shape. I mean, broad shoulders, smaller waist. That's the correct, form of a man. And the correct shape of a woman is either an hourglass or a pear.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Yes, that's actually the correct. Of course, not everybody can fit that. Everybody has different structure. But when it comes to having standards for superheroes, we have to respect those.
Yeah.
And I mean, if I was playing a super character, whatever that is, or even if I was playing freaking Mary Jane in real
Yeah.
life, I gotta look perfect all the time. Doesn't
course.
matter if I'm the actress, just an
Yeah.
actress. I have a duty to look like the character as long as I'm playing the character. And even if I'm not, I would have enough resources to sustain myself. But newsflash, and we actually talked about this with Tsunami before the stream, about this Russo guy that plays American agent who just displayed
Kurt
himself.
Russell, so-
Yes,
Oh,
just displayed himself naked on the beach, drinking some drink, and looking like he never went to a gym ever in his life, like naked to
he
here,
probably never went.
dead bod galore. So those actors have all the money in the world, and they don't seem to respect themselves. Standards for David Cornsweat are none because he is covered in this SpongeBob soft suit, which will
Yeah.
cover his physique anyway. But when he is like in clothes that you can see his physique relatively okay, and he looks like that. I mean, even freaking
Nicholas
What do
Hoult.
you do
Nicholas
to
Holt looks as big as him,
Mm.
which is ridiculous. Did he train more? Like, what happened? He's a very tall guy as well, so if he builds his physique, he will be probably impressive. Now, the news flash that I want to address. I like I have 0.0000000.11 zeros of a budget in comparison to any Hollywood actor. I'm sustaining myself for more than 13 years now to look the same, like literally, and to just, keep building a muscle as far as naturally that's possible, just looking the best I can every single day of every week. Literally, I'm doing my best.
And it's realistic.
And
It's not
yeah.
unrealistic as people say.
Yes.
So we can't look like superheroes all the time.
Yeah, I'm
Yes, you
doing the
can.
work. I'm studying how to do this. I'm studying how to sustain my face muscles, even. The condition of my skin, everything that I can possibly know, my hair, everything, nutrition, looks, health, inside and out. I can do that as a normal person. It takes a few hours here and there to study that, and then to check the information, then to study more. I mean, from time to time you just do it. You don't do stupid stuff. You don't watch mindless content. You just watch something to learn instead of mindless content. And that's how you just factor in this knowledge one day at a time, and then it compounds, and then all of a sudden you become an expert. You also follow new things that maybe are going to help you further. That's what you do. Just make you a part of your life, and that's how you make it realistic to actually do the time to to create all of that knowledge and to apply it. It just takes a few minutes here and there. It's just not all at once. Oh my god, I do not need to enter university to do this. So I mean, if I can do that for more than a decade and still going and create this discipline in my life and whatever, actors that get paid millions and millions.
What a
and
good
millions.
example. What a good example with Jason Momoa. Indeed.
Yes.
What a good example. Jason freaking Momoa. What the hell happened, man?
Yeah.
Where is the physique from Justice League?
You know.
Happy Super.
Yeah, he looks like a hobo. Like a hobo. No muscle tone, almost. This is a bit. I mean, I can tell if somebody worked out recently. That's not the arms of
No,
somebody that worked out
Superman
recently.
he said it on an interview that he stopped because he prefers to climb or something. Where are you climbing? Your roof?
Yeah, I mean.
Superman Day. This year, we're including.
And yeah, I mean, if I was Millie Alcock, I'm gonna be sleeping in the gym, okay? I'm gonna be sleeping in the gym.
Yeah.
I don't care they put a costume on me. I want to look
Well-
muscular under that outfit.
well,
Natural as much
You
as
know,
possible, of
it's
course.
enough that she's wearing the same S shield apparently. So,
Yeah, great. Great stuff. So that's about it. That's just the point that I wanted to make.
I just love it how in this celebration of Superman Day they have no epic footage of a movie to show us.
Mhm.
The same scenes all over again, which look just kind of
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, okay, Tsunami, I'm sorry about that, but yeah, I just really needed to spell that out. Now, you can say what you think, of course, and read the article.
I'll just read the article so we stay on schedule.
Got it.
Mhm.
From geeksandgamers.com, Supergirl star Millie Alcock claims Superman Day is now also about Supergirl. A new video shared by James Gunn for Superman Day is raising eyebrows after Supergirl star Millie Alcock suggests that the celebration isn't just about the Man of Steel anymore, but also about Supergirl and even Crypto, who peed on Superman's picture.
Yes.
Happy Superman Day, Alcock said in the video, which appeared on James Gunn's X page. This year we're including Supergirl and Crypto in our celebrations. We wear the same S shield after all. Shows what you fucking know about the comic, retard. Alcock ties the characters together under a single banner,
Boner.
pointing out they all wear the iconic S symbol.
And there's a
SS
single
symbol? What?
flaccid boner. I just
Yes,
wanna
exactly.
I just wanna correct the article like you do, you know? It's pretty awesome.
The implication is clear. Superman Day is no longer solely about Superman, but about a broader group of characters connected to him. Ugh. That framing, however, hasn't landed well with fans, you think, who see it as yet another example of Hollywood struggling to let legacy heroes stand on their own. Superman doesn't need to share a spotlight. There's a reason Superman Day exists in the first place. Since his debut in 1938, Superman hasn't just been another comic book character. He's the comic book character behind Batman. The template, the blueprint, the reason the entire superhero genre exists in the form we know it today. Characters like Supergirl, Crypto the Superdog, and even Superboy exist because of Superman, not alongside him as equals in terms of cultural impact. That's not a slight against those characters, it's just reality, which makes the push to reframe Superman Day as a shared celebration feel forced. If the goal was simply to acknowledge Superman's legacy and how it inspired other heroes, that's one thing. If Alcock were to say something to the effect of, today we celebrate this legendary hero and how he's inspired other stories like Supergirl, which you could see in theaters this year, that would have been more palatable. But positioning the day as something that now belongs equally to multiple characters is a very different message. A pattern fans have seen before. For many fans, this moment feeds into a broader frustration with how legacy characters, especially male heroes, white ones, are being handled in modern Hollywood. Instead of elevating new or adjacent female characters on their own merits, the trend often feels like it comes at the expense of the originals. And that perception has been prevalent through Gunn's new DC universe with gay sex. Promotional material and story choices tied to these new DC films have already given fans plenty of reason to be wary. In the Superman movie, released last year, audience saw a version of Supergirl whose first impression was stumbling and drunk and calling Superman a bitch. That's hardly the kind of moment that signals reverence for the character who builds this mythology. Then there's the upcoming Supergirl film, which has already drawn criticism after featuring an image of Superman being urinated on in promotional footage. Taken together, those moments don't exactly project respect for the Man of Steel. They reinforce a pattern fans have seen over and over in modern Hollywood. Female counterparts and successor characters are too often elevated by diminishing the legacy male hero who made their existence possible in the first place. Whether those concerns ultimately prove justified remains to be seen, but moments like this Superman Day messaging aren't exactly calming the waters. The missing names Superboy and Steel. If the argument is that Superman Day should celebrate everyone who wears the S, there are two obvious omissions Superboy and Steel. Superboy has a long history in DC Comics and is directly tied to Superman's legacy, arguably more so than Crypto in terms of narrative importance. Yet, he wasn't part of the messaging, nor was Steel, the hero alter ego of John Henry Irons, who also took up the S shield after Superman died fighting Doomsday. That selective inclusion only reinforces the idea that this isn't about honoring the full legacy of the symbol. It's about highlighting specific characters that fit James Gunn's DCU plan. Why Superman still stands alone. At the end of the day, Superman doesn't need to share his data to remain relevant. He's endured for nearly a century because he represents something fundamental hope, strength, and the ideal of using powers responsibly, and the American way. Those themes don't require rebranding, updating, or redistribution to resonate. If anything, trying to spread that identity across multiple characters risks diluting what made it powerful in the first place. There's nothing wrong with celebrating Supergirl. There's nothing wrong with promoting upcoming projects. And there's certainly nothing wrong with expanding the DC universe. But not every moment needs to be turned into a group effort. Sometimes it's okay to let the original hero stand alone. And when it comes to Superman Day, that's kind of the whole point. The end.
Yes, a very good point
Exactly.
about one superhero standing alone, because as we see, the other trend is to always make it about the group thing, a group effort. This superhero, that one has a whole team behind him. All the TV shows were like that, and the CW, even Supergirl at the
Yeah.
end, or in the middle, basically in general. Flash, freaking Arrow, sorry, Bulgarian came out. The other
Legends of
Legends
Tomorrow.
of Tomorrow. Everything's about
Even
group.
Supergirl.
Even super, yeah, like I said. So we are sick. I mean, so sick and tired of everything being a team up by this point and detracting from the contribution and the impact of one and only superhero that has his own arc, his own struggles, his own thing. Obviously, he needs supporting characters. They're important. They're making him who he is to a point. I mean, through their eyes, we see the character as well. That is important, but not when you try to put other heroes and say they're on par with him and now they're so important and with whatever. Before we had Justice League, we had Superman.
Exactly, yeah.
Justice League is great. We love Justice League. We love Justice League's cartoons, whatever. Before we had again Justice League, we had Batman. Before that, we had Wonder Woman, not separately, unfortunately.
Before
but
we
yeah.
had the whole shitty Bat family, because I really hate that idea. We had just Batman.
Yeah.
Just him, it was cool. It wasn't all 15 people living in the Batcave now and hanging around there, So it was just, I accept him with Robin, sometimes Batgirl, and that's it, I'm quite sure that if Batgirl was out on Batman Day and it was James Gunn responsible, they were going to do the same thing probably.
Yeah. Okay, but because we do have to move on, please, Tsunami, tell us what you think. And then Warhammer.
I'll just go ahead and double down on what I said before. I like Millie Alcock. I thought she did a fantastic job in the Game of Thrones series. And I am going to reiterate something that I've said on this channel many times now, being that I've been here for a minute. These people and their agents, they need to fire their agents, find agent, like, who's Sydney Sweeney's agent? Or talk to Sydney Sweeney and get some advice. She handles journalists in a masterful manner. She literally bypasses them or shuts them down completely and tells them, like, hey, I don't want to talk about that. And I feel really bad for these people. Like, what's the future going forwards for them after they've gone ahead and made an ass of themselves? And ultimately, you can tell. This is my opinion. James Gunn is nervous. He knows what's coming. He knows how bad this movie's gonna fucking bomb. And like every other fucker, he's trying to go ahead and attach his shit project to the big name. They wanted to attach Supergirl and the shit crypto to Superman, just like the legacy alone. So they could go ahead and drum up some kind of hype, and it's not fucking working. Everyone sees it. Everyone knows what piece of shit this is gonna fucking be. James Gunn's a fucking failure, and I cannot wait to see his fucking ghost hanging around the DC hallways if it's even around in a year from now. So we will see what ends up happening, but this is just trash. It's James Gunn trash, and I hate the fact that he's manipulating these young actors who have promising futures but are being strayed down the wrong road.
Yeah, it's a literal James Gunn slop, like AI slop, but
Absolutely.
worse.
But worse,
Because actually, we got a lot of good stuff with AI slop lately, you know, with freaking Henry Cavill
Some
Superman
much better things
flying
were
around and
released
stuff.
on Superman Day, actually. Much better photos, photos and videos. So
Yeah, also just a quick note to make a contrast between this and the previous topic. Zack Snyder's Justice League hitting #1 in India for Superman's Day. Superman's Day news, like that's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, what a news.
pretty much way better celebration, you know.
I mean, if that's not a sign from above, I don't know what is.
Meanwhile, James Gunn is wondering
Meanwhile,
what to
this,
do and is
yeah.
putting to me the alcohol. And even Jason freaking Momoa, this again, as Tsunami said, this is promoting my next movie, guys. Let's use the Superman Day for that.
And I kind of feel like Jason Momoa is a freaking traitor, you know? He was
In a
here
way.
before with the other DC universe, and now he's here again, licking asses. Kind of feels like a betrayal to me. You know, I mean, I know that he's an actor. He can be
Yeah.
whenever, in whatever company, or it doesn't matter. You know, he's an actor. But the point is that it's kind of how it feels. You know, to be a buddy with Zack Snyder and do all those badass things, and all of a sudden be here and be like, "Yeah, I'm drinking Lobo."
Exactly. To play in a way better movie and then to play shit.
Yeah. I mean, I get that he wants to be Lobo, but again, we are not seeing Lobo. We are seeing Jason Momoa
I would have
acting
seen him
like
as
himself.
Lobo in a Zack Snyder movie.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that would be way better,
Yeah.
way more badass, and he actually will have visible muscle and good physique, like big one, not like what we will get in Supergirl. But anyway, so
I'd like to point something out.
Thank you.
Because you just mentioned it. I feel this is important. I'm sorry. I just want to interject something.
Please
I
do.
know the audience doesn't care, but the difference between Momoa and Cavill is exactly what you just said. Momoa is an actor who likes money, and you know what? More power to him. I applaud it. Do what you want to. Good for you, bro. Because he's got no loyalty to these brands. Cavill has shown loyalty to the brand. That's why he resonates with fans so much. Sure, Jason Momoa with the shirt off, Aquaman numbers were really good, but you could see in his off time, he's like, I don't give a fuck. I just want to make money. Cavill remains consistent that he actually cares about these properties. And that's just the apples and oranges comparison that you could make right there. Why fans are so into like Henry Cavill handling anything. Duncan McLeod, I guess, next. So we'll see. But yeah, like good for Momoa, man. Like I don't really care. He's got no loyalty. He's got loyalty to money.
Yeah.
Cavill has loyalty to narrative, the story, the lore. And that's what
what we
really
need.
makes the difference between the two.
That's exactly what we
That's
need.
what
Yeah,
we need. And he's
from,
gonna get the money and fans' appreciation,
Exactly.
and he's gonna make news in a good way, and he's gonna make history in terms of how you should handle yourself in Hollywood. I mean, to make a difference in the world, to be better, to show a good example.
From what I read about the Highlander, he also pretty respectful to that lore, and really he put
He's
some
the
things
next
in
Tom
that,
Cruise.
yeah. So yeah, yeah,
In the way that Tom Cruise is like honestly, Tom Cruise is the last like old school Hollywood actor who completely dives into his roles. He always tries to avoid scandals, or at least he does recently. Maverick 3 is coming out. The way that people still talk about Tom Cruise in a really reverent way, Henry Cavill is heading towards the same direction. He is a person who is like, I need to be consistent all the fucking time. I have to go ahead and be who I make myself seem to be in front of the camera, and he's doing a fantastic job of it. Kudos.
Well, I would say
Indeed.
that he's being himself, and it's very easy to be yourself when you have integrity.
Yeah.
And that's how everybody
And
should be.
also, while being
If
himself,
you're a
when he
6 foot something model with fucking great muscle, anyway.
I mean, in
also,
terms of character, I'm not even talking about his looks like not even a little bit. In terms of
Oh,
character,
right.
and
If you compare
also,
Immortals to
while
like
while being
Superman,
oh yeah, Immortals, yeah, I forget. While being
yeah.
himself, he actually, when he plays a character, he plays the character, unlike
And
Jason
not
Momoa,
himself.
who is always himself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, Henry Cavill, integrity, Superman, Zack Snyder, Superman, integrity and manliness, and this universe, soy dripping, flaccid penis.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
we are ready. We're ready
Soy
now.
dripping flaccid penis on a t-shirt. Yes.
That's amazing, actually. I just heard it.
Yeah.
I
Right.
just heard
Yeah.
what I said.
Soy dripping flaccid penis. Yeah.
So, David, do you like it?
Well, guys, tell
why
us
are we
in the
talking
comments,
about
would you like to
flaccid
wear?
penises so much on screen lately?
Because it's a
It's
great
crazy.
analogy towards what's happening here.
Yeah, that James Gunn DC universe is exactly that.
Yeah, I mean, a heart awesome PP is a manly thing, and a flaccid PP is not really a manly thing.
Especially soy dripping one.
It's
You, this is this is the why I like. Okay, if you want me to play along with this, it's not the flaccid PP. It's not the hard PP. It's the PP that's 10 feet across the room, sitting in a chair in the corner, filming this. And like we're talking about completely different PPs here. I don't even know what we're talking about.
okay, you're talking about the cock PP.
Cooked it, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, facts.
All right.
Again, yeah.
I think it still stands. Both things
still stands, yeah.
can be said.
Zack Snyder is the, manly,
He's
what,
not
and
sitting in that
James Gunn
corner
is
chair
the
flaccid.
sitting on the
I'm
chair
gonna
one,
say
yeah.
that.
He's also sitting there with a usable PP.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we can continue now with a lot of other manly and not manly things. Okay. So, guys, let us know what you think in the comments about Superman Day and how they try to make Superman not about Superman. Okay? So, I meant. Next. So, we are really late anyway, guys. By the way, how many minutes we can dedicate to this? It's 12:21.
I think about 10, 15.
10, 15?
Yes.
Okay, we gotta go in 15 then. So guys, female custodies. Female custodies. Around 2 weeks ago, we covered the female custodies saga that they're not selling. Many stores reporting that they ordered some boxes, but they didn't get them. Please watch that video. Is on my Warhammer channel because it's a lot to digest, but the gist of it, very short one, is that the female custodies were not selling on the website, and the box set's also not distributing towards stores. There was some kind of a messed up that was GW's fault, but for the most part, we did reach the informed conclusion between us and other creator Marshall Bohemond, what he discovered, and Chainsword 40k as well is amazing guy about those things, that it seems like female custodies are a flop. But before that, a weirdo was glowing. A weirdo was glowing here on Wargamer about the female custodies, how they won.
Yo.
The battle over Warhammer 40k female custodies is over, and we all won. So, we're gonna take a look at that article and take a look at this author as well and what he is about, to make a contrast between what's happening now, which actually may surprise you because we have news about the female custodies. But yeah, we're gonna check them out at the end. So first, let's take a look at Wargamer, the battle over Warhammer 40k, and this marvelous article. Tsunami, feel free to read this
Is that
in your freaking amazing language and expression. Yes.
Is that IGN for Warhammer?
Pretty much.
Oh boy.
Pretty much.
Okay.
So, Tsunami, you're free.
Hold on, I have to get my voice right.
Yes.
From Wargamer, the battle over Warhammer 40k's female custodies is over, and we all won. By Timothy Linward. Adeptus Custodes players get a thick range refresh. Female players get extra rep, and the community has mostly acted like grown-ups. When Games Workshop revealed its new Adeptus Custodes miniature for the Horus Heresy, ew, and Warhammer 40k, ew, during the Warhammer preview, I was doubly delighted, first by the quality of the miniatures, and second by how small and feeble the minority was who were complaining about the new female heads on some of the models. Your social feed may vary. In mine, the bigger controversy was how the Custodes fire their guardian spears without any visible trigger. Twist grips or nerve impulse feeds, I assume. It's almost as if, despite the howling and tearing of shirts, with GW's first retcon female Custodes in the lore, most people who are involved with the hobby don't give that much of a damn about the imaginary gender of the imaginary Emperor's favorite super soldiers. To be clear, I don't think this means that everyone likes female Custodes or likes how they were introduced to the lore. Would it surprise you to learn that I, the author of an article clearly in favor of the new female Custodes models, think the retcon that added into the background was inelegant? It was workman-like storytelling, well below the quality that makes the best Horus Heresy books so remarkable. But, like most people in the hobby, I'm a grown-up. You're fooling us. Who recognizes that my sense of the best way to tell a story is never going to dictate Games Workshop's business decisions. Games Workshop wants to sell more models to women, and a good way to do that is to make models of women. That means diversifying representation across its range. I've argued in another article that GW is too fiscally conservative to make a female space marine. Why risk tinkering with something that already makes cash hand over fist? I can't spell right, I'm so excited. But it apparently saw an opportunity in the Custodes, who have had comparatively little written about them and no explicit no girls allowed clause in their lore, and it decided to run with them. For GW, it's a business decision. For fans, it's a retcon, and hardly the biggest we've had to stomach. Phrasing, sir. I have another article listing 8 other retcons bigger than female Custodes, the biggest. The Custodes are post-human and effectively post-gender. They don't do any of the things that make gender irrelevant in stories, like have giant penises, like fall in love or sleep with people they shouldn't, or traumatize their kids. Gender is so immaterial to how Custodes function in the lore that it's basically set dressing. So for all practical purposes, female Custodes amount to a few different pronouns sprinkled into books and optional female heads on a new range of miniatures. Totally sick miniatures too, based on Adrian Smith's killer art for the Horus Heresy card game, a loving homage to one of the most iconic and foundational depictions of the Custodes. They're very good models. In Custodes groups on Facebook and Reddit, we're seeing lively discussions about the model's proportions, phrasing, the quality of sculpting, phrasing, size comparisons, how to convert them with elements from other kits. Ooh, naughty. Discussions of whether or not kits that are currently usable in 40k will be sent to Legends rules. People are engaging with the new release to the topics that actually matter if you're building models or playing the game. This doesn't prove that real Custodes fans are totally fine with the female Custodes. In a poll in the Adeptus Custodes Facebook group about attitudes to female Custodes at time of writing, 63% said they didn't really care, 8% loved them, 22% thought they destroyed established lore, duh, and weren't that fun, duh. The mods of our Adeptus Custodes implemented a no warning ban policy for quote unquote bigotry and absolutely dumb fuckery. Slay Queen stating, quote unquote, you kick off about female custodies in an uncivil manner, you are gone. Leaving the door open for people to express disagreements, but shutting down any parts of the community that are, in fact, violently opposed. Seek the violence on your end, you fucking freak. Anyways, I don't think our Adeptus Custodes is losing anything by kicking out people who cannot express a disagreement civilly. If you want to find people angry with new Femstodes, they're easy to find in anti-woke Reddit group like our Kotaku in Action and our Just Memes for Us. By their own admission, people literally think, quote unquote, I don't play Warhammer 40k. These commentators aren't actually part of the fandom. They're in the discussion purely for the culture war. The female custodians are part of Warhammer 40k lore forever now, with thick miniatures and, to my mind at least, bugger all influence on the lore for good or ill. What the? Stay away from schoolyards, you freak. I'm happy for anyone who feels represented by them. For some people, their existence will forever be a grumble, like the big Necron retcon or the Primaris Space Marines. But I'm heartened by how many people, which statistically will include a fair few people who don't care for the change, are just getting on with their day. That's the basis of a functioning community. Wow. If you're interested in civil discussion about changes to 40k lore, communism, you'll find a warm welcome in the Wargamer Discord community. If you're not interested in communist civil discussion, you'll just meet our mods. For a roundup of the best stories on Wargamer each week, check out our regular newsletter, Ooh Slay Queen, and article.
Whoa,
Boy,
whoa,
well,
whoa.
that guy
I
sure,
can't tell you, yeah.
by the style of writing, that guy sure sounds and looks like a person who is sitting with a butt plug with the
Oh, non-stop.
GW mark on it, non-stop
Or shaped
while,
like GW
yes,
logo.
exactly.
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Okay, please, tonight, please unleash yourself first. I need to gather my thoughts. This is a lot. Oh my gosh. Oh, yes, literally, that's one I wanna say that. Yes. Give it a go.
What am I supposed to say? Just wait till you guys see this. So you guys understand for the show, streaming is hard, and I had to go ahead and look at this guy's fucking Twitter profile. It
I have it.
is all the usual suspects
Here it is.
of pronouns and all the he's worried about all the social issues, social justice warrior. And this freak is talking about like what else? BLM, trans lives matter,
Jesus
gay
Christ.
lives matter, maps lives matter. I'm allegedly in Minecraft, of course. Just kidding about that last one. But from the way these paragraphs are written, like, could you blame me for thinking that?
No.
The fuck is wrong with this guy? It's so fucking weird how he wrote this. Everybody wins. Every like, could you just shut your communist nonsense down for like 10 minutes? Stop telling us how, oh my god, the Chuds got owned. Where's your fucking sales at, dude? How about that? How about Timothy Linward of Britannia? Ew, slay. Like, you absolute fucking weirdo goblin freak. Where are the fucking sales at? You took polls online? You're dealing with fat retards with fucking septum rings and rings everywhere else, tattooing themselves to death, but have no money to actually fucking do anything else in fucking society. So they mooch off of fucking government, fucking welfare, and they sit online all day long agreeing with people like you. Then you guys have fucking parades for yourself. Sometimes you end up in a school, sometimes you don't. Who knows what happens with you fucking people? I can tell you one fucking thing though. Female fucking custodies are fucking gross. You're an idiot. Fuck you.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
Thank you for that.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I'm trying to gather my thoughts here because he said so many stupid things. We can't even begin to cover them all because we do have to go to other things to show you the female studies news and to tie everything up so you can see what's happening. But
Space racism. I'll be back.
all right, all right. Okay, so he mentioned here somewhere people feeling included with these. Like,
But who feeling?
I don't know
Jesus
about
Christ.
you, Logan or Tsunami, but I never met a 3 meters tall manly woman that
Right,
has augmented physiology to the unfathomable
Yeah.
extent.
Who is feeling included
Who
here?
is feeling included?
Do you actually, as a woman, ever felt excluded from Warhammer?
No,
before?
no,
So-
no. I mean, I will feel excluded if a bunch of guys come to me and say directly, "Hey, Empress, you're a girl. You cannot be here just because you're a girl.
Yeah,
No other
no girls
reason.
allowed.
Yeah, no other reason. Just because you're a girl. Never mind the fact that I love Warhammer the way that it is. I don't want to change it. I just want it to be good as it used to be. You know, as Warhammery as it used to be, and not have all of this modern crap inserted in it forcefully for a modern audience that doesn't actually exist. I mean, for this kind of a guy who's a psycho, judging by his profile and how he writes and thinks. So I just want Warhammer the way that it used to be
The way
before
that it
all of
is,
those
yeah.
things came into Warhammer that never belonged there in the first place. So I'm just like the OG fans that just want Warhammer.
Exactly. If you're
That's
a
it.
fan of something, you're a fan of something. You will feel included anyway because
Yeah.
you're part of the fandom. You don't need something to be transformed so that it fits you.
Yeah, I mean, there are some comments here and there, very rarely, of course, that say to me, "No girls allowed," which just stupid people.
Again,
I'm
stupid
not gonna
people,
feel
yeah.
excluded because some
Yeah.
guy's an idiot and just decide to literally discriminate me because I'm a girl. Those people are like few and far in between, and they don't get the context of everything. We understand that some women are crazy and want to be inserted into the lore because they're crazy, but this guy is a man allegedly in Minecraft, and he wants the most so and horrible things ever included.
How is he feeling included then by being a soy? How does he feel that these super soldiers that look manly and things like that
Yeah.
represent him?
Yeah, I don't
By
know
that logic.
how.
Should we have now a nerdy space marine who say, if you don't respect my feelings, I'll get angry now.
Yeah, so there's so many things, Tsunami, when you read them that I would like to talk about. We can't, we don't have time, but we're going to touch upon the occlusion part again because we have the next thing that I opened, which is this Reddit thing here. So new to the hobby, why TF are some so mad about female custodies? So this guy says, I really, really don't get it. They're still functionally custodies. It doesn't really change anything. Yet I see people screaming into the void about how female custodians are shit. GW is going to the docks. Everything. What? GW is going to the docks. Everything. It just screams shut. Who has never felt a woman's touch before to me? I mean, wow, this guy. This guy is so stupid as F. I can't really like. If a female custodian touches you, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
You're not gonna feel anything
going to feel anything,
that
yeah.
connects to femininity whatsoever, not even the slightest. This is, I mean, I can't even begin to say how stupid this is. So, again, the argument, I still see that argument that this doesn't change anything, and why do we bitch and moan? First of all, we don't bitch and moan. We use logic and reason to explain why they don't belong there. It's not about our emotion, it's about logic and reason and
Yeah.
what the lore stood for, how the lore is, and that if you change the lore so significantly, because this is a significant change, that it goes against the 40 years of lore continuity and lore, well, logic basically, then whole thing this whole thing, the lore, the universe, it loses meaning and substance. That's the thing. When you change something, when you break a principle, everything changes to the point where it doesn't make sense anymore, which loses the whole point of being involved and invested and interested in a fictional universe, because it is fictional, it doesn't exist, and it has to be compelling enough and make sense within the confines, I mean, the boundaries of whatever makes that universe, like the fabric of it has to be somehow cohesive, consistent, whatever. And change like that doesn't make it so. And it will be the same if you change Sisters of Battle to include men,
Yeah.
like we said before. So this argument doesn't change anything. It actually changes everything.
Changes a lot, yeah.
The whole basis, the floor, like I've said, all
If they
of
had
it.
to go out of their way and change things in Wikipedia and the lore itself so that they have it now,
I'm going to
it's
go
not
ahead
just
and bring
men
up
and
the
things
same
like
thing
that.
that I already brought up.
Yeah.
There's female custodies, sure. Okay. I'm pretty sure that this was a high honor from the first son of major houses on Terra are the only people that were even considered for this fucking position.
Noble
But
sons,
now
yeah.
is it the first daughter? Is it the first daughter of noble houses? And this goes back to my statement. I remember making it because I felt very strongly about it, and I still agree with it. Like, why not just go to a hive city, go to your local fucking prostitution ring, find whatever hooker you can to just go ahead and pump out custody babies, since there's no honor in it anymore. There's no meaning behind it. There's no breeding requirements for it. Like, you've ruined everything by fucking going ahead and incorporating this. So, which is it, GW? I can believe you're space vampires, space Vikings, space Jamaicans, or whatever the fuck else. I'll believe all that because it's already set down in fucking stone. But the custodies were noble first sons. It was supposed to be a major honor, and there was a hostage piece to it. So is it now first daughters? Is it second daughters? Is it all the daughters? Is that okay too? Why would you pick the daughters? Essentially remove their ability to reproduce, creating you more fucking custodies. Like, it doesn't make fucking sense. Doubling down on this is so fucking stupid, and it drives me crazy every time we talk about it.
Yes, because it creates so many loose ends of the story. Like you said, it creates so many questions that are endless. It just makes a huge
And
mess
yeah,
of it all.
indeed changes a lot if they have to get inside the lore, actually change something. That's what it changed. Not it doesn't change anything. It changed something. They actually did it.
Everything.
Yeah.
That's the opposite. Everything. So first, I'm just gonna go through these quickly because they're important. So this guy Friday someone says here. Here's my view on it. It was so irrelevant and pointless. Something not to be mad about. Then why change canon to implement it in the first place?
Exactly.
It just screams modern day progressive to me. That's why people are mad. Nothing with hating women. It's having progressive nonsense pushed into every franchise. Exactly. And this guy here, it's about getting a wider audience. Because toys are the best beginner army in the game, and GW wants to include more female players into the hobby. As all studies have proven that as a hobby gains more women, that those who blindly hate women start to shrink and their hateful views get pushed out. Not about hating women? Guess you didn't see the live streams chats about the Custodes reveals. Don't make excuses for them. Okay, so this guy doesn't understand actually what is happening here at all.
Yeah.
I mean, these people lately, again, guys, I see, because I have so many comments, most people are okay and they make sense and they understand, but some people don't understand the reality they're living in. They see people complain about female custodies. They even said to me that I hate my own gender. Like, what are you
Yes,
talking
yeah.
about? It's not about women being in the hobby. How am I, as a genuine 40K fan since like 6 years now, how am I more drawn into the hobby if you include women? I'm not identifying as only as a woman. I'm first a human being, so I identify with what is good and what's not about stories in general, with humans or not humans or fantastical
Yeah.
creatures. Who cares? I care about good stories. It doesn't matter if you put women there or not. If it doesn't make sense, it has no meaning, so it falls flat. It disrespects the whole concept of having women in there.
Yeah.
So you're not helping, you're making it worse, a lot more disrespectful. And completely disingenuous.
Yeah,
So that's what those people don't get.
you're
Can I make
getting
a statement about the girl thing?
Please. Yes.
A lot of people got on the shout out Flash Kits, shout out Tom and Don, the channel who created Space King. I believe it's season 2 of Space King or episode 2 or whatever the fuck you want to call it. There's a whole like joke about no girls allowed. So they're just repeating the joke, but they like based women. From the same channel, Tom and Don and Flash Kids, there's another female content creator. She dresses like a commissar. Her name is Nuka Kitten, and she literally got a Space King model and painted it on stream, and they actually shouted her out specifically. This is not an attack against all women. It is an attack on women in general because once women entered spaces, stereotypically, they started to go ahead and try and mold it away from what it originally was. The guys really, the Space King guys really like, they're very respectful towards people that are just like exactly what you just said, Empress. You're a woman, fine. Don't hate me because of my gender. I'm not here to fuck your guy's hobby up. I'm here to learn your hobby. I like it and I want to talk to you about it also. Those people are very welcome, and I think that if you can really clarify that message going forwards, you're going to see a lot more positive comments. You will also get a lot more hateful messages from these freaks that are fucking hanging on and trying to fucking go ahead and spoil one of the last OG franchises out there, um simply because they want to go ahead and put their fucking disgusting mark everywhere, like rubbing, taking a shit, rubbing their dirty ass on everything to mark everything. 40K is being ruined from the inside, sadly. We'll see this guy's fucking bio soon. But no, when you see No Girls Allowed, that is a Space King reference. And Tom and Don, super based guys, pretty big 40K fans. They're more into the miniatures than the lore. But even still, like, what does that mean? We've mentioned that before on this channel, where it's like, okay, you like miniatures. Okay, you like video games. Okay, you like the lore. Like, between the three of them, you could still be a legitimate 40K fan without getting shit on for it. Everyone's making the same argument. Woman, man, doesn't matter. Can we just respect the lore the way that we all understood it?
Yeah. Great
Exactly.
point. Great point.
Yes, and also you get wider audience by actually having good stories, good characters, and this is how you broaden the things, not by changing it.
Yeah,
to
I
fit some
mean,
narrative.
for freaking 40 years, Warhammer didn't grew so much because it catered to women or anybody in particular. I mean, in such sense that they're trying to cater to somebody that wasn't already there. They were just making their stories and people came.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's it.
That's it.
That's how you're drawn to your story.
I mean, bottom
That's
line.
it, yeah.
So to finish this off, this part, we have to extract at least 3 more minutes of this, Logan. I'm just saying because, yeah, you don't have a lot of time. So you want, this guy says, you want more female players? Introduce Sisters of Silence, Sisters of Battle, female Inquisitors, some female guard, commander, etc. Don't include it in male-dominated faction. It will cause issues. Well, I also actually don't agree with this because, again, we don't need to introduce
Specific
specifically a female faction to gain more women and make women interested.
I'm
At all.
no Viking. I like the Space Wolves.
Yeah, you're
How
not.
does this work? So do I have to be? That's what got me. Do I have to be like a space vampire to like the Blood Angels or things? Where is the logic?
Yeah, where is the
Just
logic here?
Find something that draws you because you say, "Oh, that's a cool character. That's a cool story." You forget about being a man, a woman, a Bulgarian, American, or whatever.
Yeah, what the hell? No, again, very important point still to say that Sisters of Battle, Silence, female Inquisitors, whoever is female in Warhammer 40K, they need better stories and to be more fleshed out, but that is in general a fact of the setting that is lacking, and people are calling that out for years. So that's something that GW need to improve if they really want to improve it for the sake of it, not because female fans or whatever, just because they need to respect these characters' factions more, because they don't. They don't really do that. It's not about gaining more women, because men are the ones that are complaining about these female factions not being fleshed out enough. They like them because they're interesting, they're compelling, and they want for those factions to get more attention to it. And that's how it is. It doesn't have anything to do with drawing female audiences at all. So
I am literally going to go ahead and read. I just pulled the book from my library. It's right behind me.
okay.
Circa 2002, and this is the later version of Caiaphas Cain, Hero of the Imperium. He's literally narrated by Amberly Vale, Order Xenos. She is a very popular character in the Inquisition lore. Number one, Gaunt's Ghost, tons of female fucking characters. Two, number three, where the fuck have the Sisters of Battle been? Why aren't we hearing more about Sisters of Battle? Thank God the show came out. Do I agree with everything the show did? No. Do I love seeing Sisters of Battle finally being put in? Dude, space nuns? And they're insane? It's amazing.
Yeah.
There's so many things that they could be doing with female characters, and they just want to go after why are the men happy over there? That's the only reason that they're doing it. And this fucking fruitcake fucking male feminist who wrote this article is literally just trying to drum up fucking hatred for no reason. Everyone likes the fucking female factions. They do. Everyone likes the females in 40K lore. Some of them hate them. There's reasons for that. Why were the Primarchs spread across the universe? It was a female. Females play extraordinarily important roles in 40K lore. These motherfuckers just will not actually flesh them out in a way that makes them interesting and cool.
Yeah.
They have to be big buff and as equal as.
Yeah, just to correct you there, I mean, the Primarchs were spread out because of chaos, and their mother is, a perpetual that we don't know enough about. But yeah, she didn't kick them out in space. It was chaos.
It's a woman, right?
I mean, their mother is a woman, but chaos is whoever.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. It's a woman. If they wanted to flesh the female end of things out more, they could. For good or bad, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, she's pretty amazing, and we don't know enough about her. So here you go, another example of not fleshed out female characters, actually fundamental for everything. So to continue now with the Custodes, guys, this particular Talons of the Emperor Valerian blah blah thingy is selling. It's not sold out. What I wanted to point out here. So clad the invaluable. Yeah, Armite Shield Captain Valerian is a custodian of the Haikenotoi, I cannot read this, Brotherhood. So the point is Brotherhood, guys. I just want to read that this is Brotherhood again. Brotherhood, but yet GW is still contradicting their own freaking lore. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. So, and whoever the sister is, she's a veteran. Who cares? Brotherhood is what we care about here. So the Custodes are still a brotherhood that somehow include women. Yeah. How does that happen? Have you ever heard of brotherhood that includes women?
Have you ever heard of sisterhood that includes men?
Yeah. Have I ever heard of sisterhood that...
Yeah.
No.
Yes. Female soccer.
Female soccer includes men?
Weight training.
Female soccer?
Yeah. Have you not watched the Olympics in the past 5 years?
That's another thing.
This one.
We see where this is going.
Get
Once you let them in the locker room, they're in the locker room. Oh, geez, what's that you have there? Oh, your clitoris is very hard right now and happens to be 6 inches long. What the fuck? No.
Very
Say no.
And very big and long.
You got to go with J.K. Rowling on this one. Me agreeing with an absolute affirmed leftist freak. She's still kind of hot for even being old. But anyway, J.K. Rowling. Are you kidding me? She literally is Can we just keep penises out of fucking women's spaces? Yes, I
Exactly.
agree, J.K. Rowling.
Yeah.
We agree.
We agree.
We agree,
Yes, we all
totally,
agree
yes.
with that. So GW cannot be consistent for the life of them. This
Yeah.
is they are still, Custodes are still brotherhood, and yet somehow we have women in there. And now, lastly, what happened with female Custodes sales with the Legion Custodes battle group for $255 freaking dollars?
$55, Jesus Christ.
I
yeah.
mean, what the hell? I better upgrade something on my PC for that. Sold out online. So they have sold out. Like, how many weeks is that? 2 weeks later? 3 weeks
Two or three, yeah.
later? Tsunami, do you recall how many weeks were there? Tsunami,
It was two.
I think that's three.
are you
He's thinking.
3 weeks total.
3
3
weeks?
weeks total.
Okay.
3 weeks. Okay.
So now they're sold out. But you have to have in mind, guys, that many stores didn't get them. It seems like they were underproduced. Again, watch our previous video about that. We go into detail there. And all of a sudden, maybe now they got some units and they are finally sold out, but we don't know how many units they had to begin with in the inventory to sell. We don't know how many copies of
they
these
could really
boxes.
be 20.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have no
We
idea.
have no idea if they didn't ship most of them out. Also that's sold out online.
Yeah,
What
online.
about physical shops?
You still
So
have
for people
they
that
got
are wondering, like, what the hell we're talking about, you've got distribution from the main company. Obviously, they're going to sell from themselves, but they give to local stores. You probably have some neckbeard store in your fucking town or close to it, where they sell 20-sided dice and D&D and whatever. Those are the people that were complaining, like, online on Twitter, and they're like, "Hey, I ordered X amount of copies, I got none, and was told there was an issue." Again, see previous video from Empress on the news stream where we talked about this shit. Shout out Marshall Boheman too. I don't want to take away from his fucking work. The point is, it could be 20,000 copies or 200 copies. Regardless of, they wanted to put the in the headline, sold out.
Yeah.
This is a very clear attempt to go ahead and manipulate the media to make something that's shit. Yeah, girl Robute Guillemon, I'm looking at it on screen right now. Blech. Robute Guillemon.
Where did you see
vagina.
Rebecca Gilliman as
Or-
a woman?
Yeah, I know, but I'm looking at this creature on screen and I'm like, what is this supposed to be? Anyways, sorry, I was having a moment. The point of what I'm getting at is this. We don't know if it's 200, 20 million, whatever. All they wanted to put in the fucking title was sold out.
Online.
That's all they wanted to do. And they did a bunch of backroom maneuvering and manipulation, like said fucking author from the previous thing, he, him, her, whatever the fuck, to go ahead and slide this fucking manipulation in there. Don't get fooled. Female Custodes.
Yeah, they're still a
Stupid.
flop as far as we know until we learn
Exactly.
something else. Because again, if something doesn't sell out right away and it has been 3 weeks, what is that then? I mean, for the standards of GW, it doesn't seem like a success at all.
And then guy like that on the website will write, "Oh, this is a win," whereas actually in reality he's suffering from dry vagina because he has no dick.
Look,
I mean, look at the article. Look at the article.
the article is another
You
thing.
know.
We're talking about this now.
That too.
God,
W is also suffering
I will have to
from
put
that,
a lot of beeps in the later video. Beep. Oh, okay.
Just don't put it on coming up.
Yes, not coming up. I'm gonna put it on coming up.
Because from thing like that, GW is doing, nothing is coming
Yeah, nothing
Up.
is go.
or going upward.
Oh, yes. Okay. So, guys, I want to be objective about this. So, if there's any news, actual news about the sales eventually, we're going to report on it and we're going to discuss if they were actually at the end of the day somehow a success, but for real, because we gotta be sure if they were not, or they are, whatever. But the point is that everything that we just covered in the previous video and now still leads to the conclusions that they were not, because it has been too long and we have no information about the copies. Actually, we do know, though, what we do know is how this launch of female custodies was handled, and it was handled very badly from GW. They didn't deliver what the stores asked. Whoever got the copies are very few and far in between. Over 200 comments that I have on the previous video tell me that the female custodies are not popular at all, and also people that report directly from their hometowns, from nerd shops or from directly GW shops where they live, saying that the boxes did not come or they were still there, not selling. One person that told me that the boxes are selling or sold out in his particular shop, one, but if it was like 2 boxes and they sold out, that doesn't prove anything at all. We don't know the stock, nothing. So again, guys, because I know that haters are gonna say that, oh, you don't know anything, you're just speculating. No, we do know how the launch was handled. We do know that they didn't deliver. Seems like GW underproduced. What we said in that video, what we shown, was assessment also from Chainsaw 40k, who used to have direct relationship with different stores. He is in the hobby for 40 years, so he knows how things work, how things are done, distributed, whatever. We know what also Marshall Bohemian showed, all of that. We know that.
Yeah,
so we do know stuff. It's not like we don't.
If they were popular enough, we wouldn't have that, shipping shenanigans now that is happening. Because I said it in the previous video, but companies who make, let's say, action figures like Hasbro, they put a specific amount that is just online. Usually, the moment you see some YouTuber puts a link, through my link you can buy the new Hasbro Wolverine figure or whatever. The moment you click, it's already sold out, and he put it 2-3 minutes ago. He has to put a new one if they restock. So if something is popular enough, you wouldn't have cases like that.
Even for freaking bootlegs.
Even for bootlegs, yes.
There are companies, because we are watching those, what they are doing. Even for them, sometimes we can tell that they're selling because again it's sold out or whatever. We have channels that watch over these things. So imagine the interest in Warhammer 40k should be 10 times greater than some bootleg, online. But the bootlegs are selling like hotcakes if they're good, and this isn't. So you gotta compare, because we just see how things work like that. So we gotta finish this. Last words from Tsunami, then we go.
Female custodies are trash. Everyone knows it. These assholes fucking know it too. They're doing their best to go ahead and try and take the last bastion or whatever of male fuckingness instead of actually working on other women. This is how I know women. Women are really happy when they're on top, but if another woman's trying to rise up to them, they shoot them down. Instead of working on Sisters of Battle, instead of working on Sisters of Silence, they want to go ahead and invade the male space, co-opt it, and try and make it something that it's fucking not. All of you leftist retards out there, fuck you.
Yes.
You're a piece of shit. Your father hates you. Your mother hates you. You're a fucking lesbian freak. Get the fucking U-Haul moving truck. Get the Subaru, try not to fight your fucking spouse fucking in between, and go away forever. Bye.
Period. Awesome.
Yeah,
So huge thank you, Tsunami. Huge thank you, Roadkill, for the $9.99.
Hey.
I just saw it. I'm sorry, Roadkill. We didn't see it at all. Are we watching the whole chat, like the chat that combines the two chats? No indication of that super chat whatsoever. Nowhere. I'm just scrolling. So I'm sorry that we just saw that, but thank you so much, Roadkill. Wonder Woman salute. Wonder Woman salute. Thank you so. Most muscular. Thank you. You're saving the stream. So guys, please leave a comment, share, and whatever you can do, and watch the videos when they come out. At least at least share them, but we are very late. So thank you guys. Have a great start of the week. We should be back later tonight with Pragmata. Hopefully, we should play the game tonight. So watch. I couldn't do anything last night because I was doing my taxes. Yeah. So unfortunately,
I
that
was
happened.
watching wrestling.
You.
Yeah. So that's why no stream. Just accountant decided to write me on Sunday, and she's like, "I'm doing this now." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So 3 hours were gone, but we did it. Painful as it was. Thank you guys. Love ya, and until later. Bye bye.
Bye.
The 40K Empress leads the way as warriors of the imperium sway into realms where dangers play, where hidden minds hold sway. Through stars and storms we rise, under her watchful eyes, with faith and fire will prevail, for the imperium must not fail. For the imperium we prevail. Beneath the grand cathedral spires, plots twist like smoldering fires, but with her blade of pure desire, she claims